So former teammates Tua Tagovailoa and Jalen Hurts continue to go toe-to-toe each week as the race for the Heisman heats up. Last weekend, Tua threw for nearly 450 yards and 5 touchdowns against South Carolina. Meanwhile, Jalen passed for just under 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, along with 150 yards and another touchdown on the ground. According to Fox Bet, Tua is now just a slight favorite to win the Heisman over the QB he replaced in Tuscaloosa. We're now joined by Fox College football analyst Reggie Bush. Good to have you.
Yeah, good to have you.
So, will Nick Saban regret giving up on Jalen?
No, not at all. He's going to regret giving up on Jalen. Life is good in Alabama. You got the best team in college football.
Really?
You got the best quarterback in college football. You're guaranteed to make the playoffs, even with 1 loss. And I think even if Alabama lost 2 games, they still figure out a way to get them in the playoffs. And when Tua leaves, they're just going to replace him with another 5-star quarterback. So life is good in Alabama. I don't think Nick Saban has any reason to even worry about losing Jalen Hurts because his quarterback he has right now beat out Jalen Hurts for that starting spot. And so, to me, when I look at the big picture, because I do think Jalen Hurts has the best shot out of the 2 to win the Heisman Trophy because he played this situation perfectly. He went from having to face SEC defenses every week to facing Big 12 defenses every week, which everybody knows they don't really play a lot of defense in the Big 12. And so when I look at the big picture, he's going to continue to put up these kinds of numbers every week because there's not a single defense on that roster, on that schedule, that can stop them right now.
Boy, it looks like a Heisman winner to me.
Yeah.
Right?
With all that being said, look at my guy. 12-0. 12 tubs and 0 picks.
Really?
And he, has yet to really play any significant time in the 4th quarter. No, he won't regret it. Skip, Jalen Hurts got beat out for the... Let me tell you how much Coach Saban loved Jalen Hurts. Coach Saban replaced Jalen Hurts in the national championship game against Georgia. Tua comes back, leads them to a victory. Coach Saban loves Jalen Hurts so much that he puts the job up in the spring. Whoever wins it in the spring, that's going to be my starting quarterback. He beat him to a TT, I call him TT. TT beat him out again. So what was Jalen Hurts said? You know what? This is my last year. I want to go play because I can't beat him out. He just beat me out last spring. I'm not going to beat him out this spring. So what was he supposed to do? He goes to Oklahoma. Wish him well, Skip. It's the same thing. Can Alvin Kamara, Coach Saban mad at Alvin Kamara? Alvin Kamara wasn't going to beat out Derrick Henry. Couldn't beat out Yeldon. Couldn't beat out Drake. So his playing time was limited. He had got...
It's a running back. We're talking about quarterback. Much more important.
My point is, if you can't beat a guy out and you don't want to sit the bench, let me go somewhere where I can play. He went to Oklahoma because Kyler Murray left.
Wait, you skipped a step. Who took over and won the SEC championship game and got Alabama to the playoffs last year? Oh, it was Jalen Hurts.
Okay, well, he should have stayed and said, Coach Saban, I'll stay if you put the job up in the spring again.
No.
And exactly. Because he know what's going to happen.
He'd shown up his coach, and he knew where he was headed to a better coach, to Lincoln Riley. A much better offensive coach, I knew that.
So, hold on, first of all,
you
and I both know Lincoln Riley have a third of success that St. Nick has had. That's why he got 6 titles. How many of your guys got? He got all them Heisman, and how many college playoff wins he got?
3 straight Heisman trophies.
Hey, what do you got to have, like you tell me, what do you got to show for it? What do you got to show for it?
That does have a good ring.
Yeah.
No one's ever done that. No school's ever had 3 straight. USC's done pretty well here and there, but not 3 straight. No.
Not 3.
Nick Saban made a big mistake.
Stop it.
What Jalen Hurts is doing for the University of Oklahoma right now is extraordinary. This is a grown man running, and I'll give you Big 12 defenses. I'll even give you South Dakota. But it is extraordinary how he's taking over football games with his arm as well as his legs. We knew about the legs. This is a running back playing quarterback. This is a grown man. I could put that other word in the middle of it, you know, grown. You know, that's what he is. Amen. 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 This is pound for pound the strongest man in the OU weight room because he can lift him some weight and he can lift him some linebackers and DBs when it's time to. And I'll be the first to tell you, I don't love how he runs over people, but he just if it's a DB, he's just going to run his tail over. And again, can you last doing that? Maybe in the Big 12 you can. But what he did at UCLA, at the Rose Bowl, okay, UCLA's got athletes on defense. They have a bunch of Southern California kids who fly to the football. Yep. And all he did was something no Oklahoma player, there have been a lot of really good Oklahoma offensive players, none has ever done what he did. He threw for 200 plus and ran for 100 plus in the first half. And the numbers he put up were at least equal. I know Tua had a big game at South Carolina because he threw for 444, but my guy totaled 439 running and throwing.
That's all we do. We don't do. Hey, but let me ask you a question. If Jalen Hurts is doing that with the passer that he is, what would Tua do in the Big 12? If Tua was with Lincoln Riley, he'd go for 500 a game.
Wait a second. If Jalen Hurts had Jerry Jeudy and Ruggs, these are two first rounds.
He had them.
Okay.
They were there. That's Skip. He had them.
If he had them right now, Jerry Judy's going to be the first pick in the draft.
He's a beast.
Yeah.
That's the thing is, Jalen Hurts had him, and he was throwing the ball in the first row in the championship game.
Well, maybe,
that's why he got replaced.
Maybe we should credit Lincoln Riley for this because he's turned him into a really good thrower of the football. He looks really good to me. He looks NFL good to me.
Well, that's the thing about Lincoln Riley, because I love the fact that he's not saying, this is my system, I'm going to try to fit you into my system. He's calling plays for Jalen Hurts that showcase his skill set and what he does best. But also, Jalen Hurts has CeeDee Lamb. He has great weapons over there that he's using, which is why he's continuing to put up these kinds of numbers week in and week out.
But there's no Jerry Jeudy, but CeeDee Lamb's, he's really good.
Oh, they got some receivers.
Fast.
They got some receivers. They got speed, a lot of
it. But every time I looked up, Tua was throwing a 5-yard pass that went 70 yards.
Hey, hold on. What is Coach Saban? Now, we know Coach Saban want to hand that ball off. He changed his offense and said, I got TT. Don't throw that thing. Do what you do.
TT stands for trap. Falling into the trap.
Tub.
No,
he about to throw for 500 on Southern Miss.
Is he really?
Oh, yeah, he'll throw 500 on Southern Miss.
You know, he does get knocked around. He gets beat up, and then sometimes he just kind of loses it. I saw him at the end of the year. He lost his confidence.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
I saw that.
All I saw is him put that thing on Oklahoma. You kept telling me, oh, Kyle, the fast little feet. But St. Nick said, with little legs. Get him.
I told you. Have you seen what Hollywood Brown's doing for Lamar right now in Baltimore?
That's so good.
Balling.
This is the kid
We did not have him for the national semifinal. He could not play. He was hurt. And God bless him, I'm knocking on wood for him. He came back and beat. It was a tough, like one of those Jones.
Not only do we lose players, we lose 6, 7 coaches a year. Decoy, Jeremy Pruitt.
That is true.
Look at the guy down in at Georgia, Smart. All these guys, the guy at Maryland. We lose coaches every year, and St. Nick's still standing. The only man that's coaching got a statue outside of the building he coach in. That's how good he is.
He got a statue?
Statue!
I predict October 1st is my over-under for Nick Saban blowing up over yet another media question. Hey, what about Jalen Hurts? Are you impressed?
Why are you asking
they're going to
see when they play him. When they play him, they're going to end up playing him.
All right, let's do that.
I want to see that.
I want to see
TT
that.
go for 500. TT go for 500.
My guys might run for 200.
Oh, y'all ain't running for that.
We'll be at Oklahoma in 2 weeks, so I'll find out. I'll get the latest on this kid.
2 weeks? Who is that?
No, Texas Tech first for Red River. So I'll get the latest on this.
Really?
Well, I can still get to know him.
Really, Texas Tech?
I'll do a little research.
Texas Tech ain't going to play no defense. They're not going to slow them down.
Well, we don't even talk about defense. That's another day. We got to move on. Reggie, always good to have you with us. Thanks for joining us. Is Odell Beckham Jr. the best receiver in football? Skip and Shannon give their rankings.